Live from NBC4, the station working for you. Paul Moyer, Colleen Williams, Fritz Coleman AccuWeather, Fred Rogan Sports. Southern California's #1 news, the Channel 4 News at 11.
Sparks flying from the tail of a jetliner tonight, moments before an emergency landing in San Francisco. And there are chilling circumstances surrounding this one. This is an Alaska Airlines plane on the very same flight route at the same time as doomed Alaska Airlines Flight 261. Tonight, exactly 1 week after Flight 261 plunges into the Pacific, a close call for Alaska Airlines. Good evening, everybody. It's now 11 o'clock, and I'm Paul Moyer.
And I'm Colleen Williams.
So we do begin tonight with this frightening emergency landing at San Francisco International Airport tonight. Flight 289, that used to be Flight 261, flew from Puerto Vallarta to San Francisco tonight, then was supposed to fly on to Seattle. But shortly after taking off from San Francisco, traffic controllers saw sparks flying from the tail. Chuck Henry is live in the newsroom tonight with late-breaking details on this emergency landing. Chuck.
Thanks very much, Paul. A spokesperson for Alaska Airlines now says that the problem may have been caused by a bird being sucked through one of the jet's two powerful engines. The white lights that are bouncing around on your screen are Alaska Airlines Flight 289. Remember, this is amateur video. Now, in the background, you can hear ground controllers giving the flight crew landing instructions.
Okay, clear land 28, right, Alaska 289.
And if you look closely, you can see sparks shooting from the rear of the plane. It seems impossible, but tonight, just 1 week to the day after the crash of Alaska 261, another of the airline's same MD-80 type aircraft flying the exact same route, Puerto Vallarta to San Francisco, is in trouble again. At the request of the pilot, fire trucks were called out to meet the jet as it rolled to a stop. And although there were no injuries, what must have gone through the minds of those passengers tonight?
The pilot decided to return to San Francisco. They cleared the vectors for him to return to San Francisco. The aircraft landed safely on runway 28 right, and the aircraft taxied to gate 28. All the passengers deplaned at that point.
In the week since the crash of Flight 261, 3 MD-80 series aircraft have returned to their gates because of stabilizer problems. The horizontal stabilizer is the small wing that is attached to the tail of the jetliner. Today, airline officials said that these recent emergencies with the horizontal stabilizer are because MD-80 pilots are now double and triple checking the stabilizers before the flights. And that, they say, is causing the motors to overheat on the ground. It's usually not a problem, they say, in the air because of the cooler temperatures. One other rather remarkable coincidence tonight. 88 people were aboard Flight 261 that crashed a week ago. The Alaska Airlines plane that got into trouble tonight was the same type of aircraft flying the exact same route. And now the Associated Press is reporting that the flight had the exact same number of people aboard, 88. Colleen?
All right, Chuck, thank you. Now, today's deadly mid-air collision over a Southland golf course. Witnesses say they heard several popping explosions, then 2 small planes dropped from the sky in balls of flame. Tonight, we're learning more about the 2 planes and about the 4 people who were aboard them. Channel 4's Patrick Healy is live in Sylmar right now with late details on this one. Patrick?
Colleen, Paul, the one aircraft came down on the far side of I-5, the east side, just below the Cascades. The other aircraft came down on this side, near San Fernando Road, near the entrance to the Jensen water filtration plant. Here in the gravel, you still find flecks of the red paint from the shattered bodywork from when the plane came down, ended up in the bushes and the trees just behind it. Now, the airspace above us, very busy with traffic going to 3 different valley airports. The prime theory, sadly, that these professional pilots simply did not know the other was there. The view is wide open looking south down I-5 from the mouth of Newhall Pass. But the pilots of the 2 light planes apparently did not see each other.
We heard a loud pop, and we looked up and saw a red plane over here with about maybe 3 feet of its left wing missing. So it looked like it was flying off the airplane. It started tumbling.
The wreckage of that plane, a home-built Quest Air Venture, ended up beside San Fernando Road near Balboa. The 2 aboard killed instantly, as were the 2 aboard the other plane, the Blanca Citabria, which came down on the other side of I-5, plummeting onto the 6th fairway of the Cascades golf course, bursting into flames. That plane we now know was operated by an oil pipeline surveying company and circling above the Newhall Pass. The Citabria is what's called a high-wing plane. The low-wing Quest Air was descending on landing approach to Van Nuys Airport. NTSB investigator George Peterson said it's possible the pilots' view of each other was obstructed.
But, a wing does block your view. It is a CNBC concept of flight.
Both pilots professionals. We've learned the Quest Air was recently acquired for recreational flying by a charter jet pilot named Charlie Oliver. His Glendora family believes he was aboard. His neighbors grieve a warm-hearted man.
He was a wonderful guy. He'd come out and rake my leaves for me without even asking if I wanted them raked.
He used to fly rock stars and movie stars and everything everywhere. Had people everywhere. So
Had great stories to tell.
oh, wonderful stories.
Fellow aviator Gary Petrowski goes back 30 years with Oliver.
He was a very good pilot, and he was very generous of his time, always willing to test the plane, suggest changes or whatever. We moved around a lot, but Charlie always seemed to manage to show up wherever we lived and say, let's go flying.
Oliver is survived by his wife of 3 decades, Anne, and their 2 grown daughters. We await the coroner's identification of the other 3 involved in this mid-air. Reporting live from Somar, Patrick Healy, Channel 4 News. Paul and Colleen.
All right, Patrick, thanks a lot for your live report tonight. Police pursuit in San Bernardino tonight came to a violent end. The police say the suspect was driving a stolen car and tried to use it to attack the officer who was chasing him. That's when the officers apparently opened fire. It all happened at a quiet residential neighborhood in San Bernardino in front of stunned neighbors who were looking on. Channel 4's Beverly White is live at the scene tonight, and she picks the story from there. Beverly.
Well, Paul, police tell us the 50-year-old suspected car thief is now undergoing a CAT scan at a local hospital. He was shot just behind us here in the yard of his residence on Virginia Street. Shooting occurred around 7:30 p.m., where the man was shot after allegedly using his vehicle as a weapon. Investigators tell us this stolen gray Toyota Corolla wound up in the front yard of an unsuspecting homeowner at the end of a brief but dramatic chase through residential San Bernardino. No one was injured during the pursuit, but police say the driver's erratic behavior earned him a trip to the hospital.
The person driving the stolen car drove up on the curb across the front yard and hit a house. When the officer that was also involved in the pursuit stopped his vehicle and got out and walked up towards the car. When the person driving the stolen car put it in reverse and started backing up towards the officer. At that time, the officer fired.
According to police, the suspect driver was shot at least twice, then transferred to Arrowhead Regional Medical Center in Colton. Witnesses were taken to the police department to aid investigators, but one neighbor who heard the shot says no matter the cause, he's dismayed by the outcome.
You heard gunfire and you heard get down, get down, get down. That's after gunfire though. You don't know what happened.
Now, the officers involved in the shooting will be taken off the streets pending the outcome of an administrative review. The 50-year-old suspected car thief has been identified as Alan Spencer. He was transported in stable condition. Live in San Bernardino, I'm Beverly White. Paul and Colleen, back to you. All right, Beverly, thank you. A woman is dead tonight after being stabbed outside Loma Linda Hospital in San Bernardino County. Police say it all started with a confrontation shortly after 3 this afternoon in the parking lot for hospital workers. The woman, they say, was stabbed numerous times, and witnesses say they saw a man crying after she collapsed. Police believe this was the result of a domestic dispute. Police also say a security guard and a Good Samaritan took the woman's husband into custody.
Colleen Irvine police tonight searching for a 22-year-old La Puente man who would have liked very much to question about the murder of a college student whose body was found last month in the trunk of a burned-out car. Police are looking for Sonny Wong. He allegedly tied to an Asian gang that police say is connected to organized crime and murder for hire schemes. Earlier today, a friend of the victim, Eric Liu, made a tearful appearance at a court hearing. Her name is Helen Moe. She's now facing murder charges. Police say that Moe and Liu were feuding, and she may have brought Wong in to help her in a fight over some personal property. Tonight, she's being held on a $500,000 bond.
Southern California school virtually gutted by a fire tonight. Coming up, why investigators are focusing on student science projects.
And while you couldn't log on to the internet's most popular site today, details on a massive hacker plot.
He murdered a Southland girl in a Nevada casino. Why this confessed killer says he deserves a new trial.
Plus, you're in an accident, you may have a brain injury, but paramedics can't test you. Now, a high-tech new tool could change all that for good and save your life. But an astonishing comeback for Tiger was incredible. I'll show you how he is a step closer to an untouchable record.
He doesn't need any more money. No records for the weather tonight. Is there rain in the future? Well, my 5-day AccuWeather forecast is coming up. Stay tuned.
You gonna make it for you?
Later on an all-new Tonight Show, friends Lisa Kudrow has a really stern warning for Jay.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Plus, a 4-year-old genius, 14-year-old sensation Shannon Kirkman, and headlines.
Violinist Isaac Stern. Can we get the shot of Isaac Stern? There he is there, Isaac Stern.
Then on Conan, Ben Affleck, Denise Richards, and Conan's pilot tonight.
To me, gardening it's life. It's just a miracle in nature. Early in the spring, I start. I feed them all through the summer and early fall with Miracle Grow. It's quite simple. It only takes a few minutes every other week. You get good, vibrant color, good, strong stems, and it makes a big difference. Well, plants are like people. Just like we need to eat 3 times a day, plants need their food too. I feed the whole garden every other week with Miracle Grow. It makes a tremendous difference.
Columbia Pictures presents
He just had headlight damage and grill.
Meg Ryan
Mommy has to leave you with Aunt Eve.
in a comedy
I'm just as much a part of this family as either of you. And I want to fight. Fine.
that celebrates sisterhood. Hanging Up, rated PG-13, opens February 18th. NBC4 thanks Robinson's May for their generous support of closed caption programming.
Most people believe marriage should be between a man and a woman. That's California law, and it just makes common sense. But judges in other states are trying to overrule that by sanctioning same-sex marriages. That could force California to legally recognize such marriages. So who's right? 30 states and the federal government have already passed laws protecting marriage. It's our state. Shouldn't it be our choice? Vote yes on 22.
You're watching the Channel 4 News at 11, winner of the 50th Annual Golden Mike Award for Best Newscast in Southern California.
You are looking at the internet's most popular site, courtesy of the Channel 4 webcam. It's the search engine Yahoo, but there's no celebrating there tonight. Vandals used an electronic attack to overwhelm the website, making it totally inaccessible for most of today. But as you saw, the website is back up and accessible. It's running tonight. The folks at Yahoo stressed no data was lost. The problems began just before 11 a.m. at Yahoo, headquartered in Santa Clara. Hackers apparently flooded Yahoo's equipment with electronic requests, each of which would take a long time to fill. The system is similar to pranksters repeatedly dialing a company's telephone number to block the incoming calls.
It appeared to be a planned attack. And it literally sent, just to give you a sense of this, 1 gigabyte of data was requested per second. And some sites get that in an entire year.
Yahoo is now in the process of tracing the request back to the origin. They plan to turn over the results to investigators.
Colleen convicted killer Jeremy Strohmeyer will be back in court tomorrow trying to get a new trial on charges that he killed a little girl in the restroom of a casino in Nevada. Strohmeyer was sentenced to life in prison for killing 7-year-old Sharice Iverson. That was back in 1998. The girl's father is expected to be in court. Strohmeyer says he was bullied by his defense team into pleading guilty, and that's why he wants a new trial. If he's found guilty a second time, he could face the death penalty instead of life in prison. Channel 4 News will be in Nevada tomorrow in the courtroom for Strohmeyer's hearing. We'll have the very latest on the judge's ruling if and when it comes back.
All right, coming up right here, our weather looking live from our camera overlooking the San Fernando Valley tonight. Christmas forecast coming up.
Raging fire in a Southern California school. Could this be the result of a science experiment?
An extreme sport, and as you can see, an extreme fall. That'll show you more.
Director Steven Spielberg undergoes life-saving surgery. You'll hear reaction tonight from his mom.
And when seconds count in an accident, technology can make the difference between life and death. Tonight, a new device that allows paramedics to bring one of the most sophisticated pieces of hospital equipment to the scene of an accident.
Tuesday, an all-new Will and Grace. The moment you thought you'd never see. What does it all mean? Won't Jack be a little weirded out?
Weirded out? I tried to discuss it.
Will everyone manage to stay calm?
That's on NBC Valentine's Tuesday.
Then,
Dateline Tuesday. Born a son, but raised as a daughter. Years later, the truth. The incredible story of what happened next. An all-new Dateline Tuesday.
You can forget about worms and lures. The California fighting fish knows whose name is cheese, and that's a fact. Well, I caught this beauty here on a nice California cheddar. This one took Monterey Jack. That big monster there, he hit a ball of mozzarella. Wham! Like a tear the rotten right out of my hand. Eat them. This one gobbled up some Gouda. Now that one over there.
Wisconsin stuff?
Bingo.
If it's the cheese, it's real California cheese.
California students pack tighter and tighter in trailers and hallways. Schools so overcrowded, students eat lunch in shifts, starting at 10:30 a.m. Prop 26 lets us invest in our schools to ease overcrowding and improve learning. And Prop 26 requires that money be spent building new schools or fixing dilapidated ones, not on administration. So our children have room to learn. Yes, on 26.
School in San Diego burned tonight for more than 3 hours. School officials fear it may have been started by a school science project. Those projects were being stored in the school's cafeteria, and that's where the fire began. Chula Vista Junior High School was badly damaged, as you can see in these pictures here. Fire investigators will not speculate on exactly what caused the fire, but thankfully in this one, nobody was hurt.
All right, Fritz, standing by with a look at the weather for the work week. Are we talking a little rain here, Fritz, or not?
We're talking about 3 close calls. That's what I'm calling them, close calls, near misses. If we get a shower, it'll be a bonus. We have 3 very close calls from storms that'll be tracking inland a little too far to the north to do us any real good. Outside now to the Long Beach camera, there's fog along the coast. We'll tell you where. Here are the numbers. Beautiful day. 78 the high today, last night's low 51. A little cooler than yesterday, but spectacular temperature. 62 degrees, 62% relative humidity, pressure rising, calm wind, almanac stats, and your sunrise and sunset times right there. Let's get a look at a weather net site up in Oxnard where there is fog with 95% relative humidity at Emily Richin Elementary School, 55 degrees at the moment. Vandenberg, Oxnard, Santa Ana, and San Diego all talking about fog. Dense coastal fog with greatly reduced visibility as possible anywhere tonight through about the mid-morning hours. The jet, this is a split jet stream situation, going into central and northern California. Lots of upper and mid-level clouds. You can tell by the green and yellow that all the moisture is going up to the north. However, we're going to have 3 disturbances with brush vibes. 1 during the day tomorrow, so we have a shower or sprinkle chance, a very minor one. Another very minor shower or sprinkle chance Wednesday night into Thursday. Another very minor shower or sprinkle chance Friday night into Saturday. It's all the La Nina thing where the jet stream won't come far enough south to help us out, so we're having some close calls. Partly cloudy, some sun tomorrow, lots of upper and mid-level cloud cover, and maybe, if we're very, very lucky, if there's harmonic convergence, we'll have a shower. Overnight tonight, upper 40s to low 50s. 52 in El Segundo, the high there tomorrow 69. Maybe as warm as the low 70s at Long Beach. Farther inland, Sherman Oaks 50. And Simi the same, 51 at Norwalk. Highs in the low to mid 70s, maybe 73 in a warmer spot. Right here in the San Fernando Valley. Inland Empire 43 overnight. 75 inland tomorrow for the highs. 73 at Chino, 72 at Santa Clarita. And High Desert 42 overnight tonight. The high there tomorrow 66, 52 in the San Bernardino Mountains, 78 in the low desert. Here's a 5-day forecast. Although it's not posted here, we have a shower chance. Tomorrow, Wednesday night into Thursday, Friday night into Saturday. Not a big shower chance. Somewhere there could be some advanced misting.
There's a new term in the lexicon. It's called brush fire.
Just a close
like
call. It would be a meteorological fender bender. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll find out.
Okay.
All right, Fritz, thank you. When paramedics arrive at the scene of an accident or a medical emergency, brain damage can be extremely difficult to detect. But now a new portable scanner may give emergency crews a way to look into the human brain anywhere, anytime. Gordon Tokamatsu is here right now with a look at this life-saving new technology. Gordon.
Well, Colleen, we've all seen heart monitors that fit in a metal carrier the size of a large lunchbox. But a device to literally examine your head in the field, that's a whole different ballgame. We spoke with researchers in Tennessee who say they may have a solution. In a world where mobility is almost as important as speed, there are always some things the paramedic in the field simply cannot lug around. Brain scanning equipment is high on the list. CAT scans, MRIs, they're simply too big to leave the confines of a hospital.
You can see that initial signal.
But with advances in microcircuitry, it was only a matter of time before even brain scans went mobile. It's called a sensor strap. The doctor or paramedic would actually place it on my head like this. There are transducers on each side which send low-frequency ultrasound through my brain.
Of course, this is not designed to computer CAT scan. It's more complementary.
What it can do is give health professionals a quick, accurate assessment. Developers say they may be able to program it to read problems as simple as a concussion, as complex as a brain tumor.
We were able to penetrate through the skull, get the signal into the brain, and see the structure of the brain material.
So far, the testing's been limited to animals and gel models only. They showed us how a gel blob about the size of a brain looks on the monitor, but human trials should be starting soon. If the testing goes well, brain scanning may become as simple as strapping in and logging on. Well, this device developed at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee is still in the early testing stages, but there's already plenty of interest in the medical community. Doctors nationwide say this could change trauma care in a major way. Paul, Colleen?
You bet. All right, Gordon, thanks a lot. Controversy tonight for the Hillary Clinton campaign, and it has to do with what happened at a big event today. We'll tell you how pop singer Billy Joel is apparently involved.
And there's signs used in campaigns. So, why do signs like these land some California students doing their homework in trouble?
Also coming up, one of the most incredible comebacks you will ever see in any sport. Plus, you'll never guess who cooled off the Lakers' Kobe Bryant when he was on fire tonight.
Fresh roses? Yep, fresh from proflowers.com. New flowers? No, same ones.
More roses? Who sent you these?
You, Billy. We sent them last week from proflowers.com.
Proflowers.com's bouquets are handpicked online, cut to order, and delivered Federal Express. So proflowers.com are not only fresh when you get them, they stay fresh for 7 days, guaranteed.
Fresh flowers? Yep, still fresh from proflowers.com.
Go to proflowers.com or call 1-800-PROFLOWERS.
You know those people who always know the guy who knows the guy who can get the really good tickets
OnStar.
and reservations at the restaurant?
You're confirmed for 8, Mr. Guarnieri.
Who do these people really know? The fusion of design and technology. Well, some of them know me. And now Escalade, the only luxury SUV with the executive assistance of OnStar Standard, is even easier to know. The power of and the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
Proposition 30 and 31 will cost you money. Did I get your attention? 30 and 31 will increase your insurance rates about $300 a year, and that's no small change. It rewards people who break the law and drive without insurance by giving them new rights to sue for huge punitive damages, and that means thousands more lawsuits. The lawyers could make millions. But don't take my word for it. Get the facts yourself. Do you have money to pay for higher insurance rates? I didn't think so.
We're a new kind of data internet company. We're hungry. Broadway.
When you've been fortunate to achieve in life, it's important to share that success with others. I feel strongly about that. I believe the folks at Target stores do too. When they talk to me about kids fighting cancer at the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and the idea of building a place for families to stay, I knew it needed to happen. Today, Target House is real. A success story from a store that donates over $1 million a week back to the community. Sharing success is something I admire.
So you got one comeback in golf. You got a pretty good comeback in basketball tonight, too.
Yeah, pretty good night. Lakers thought they were going to have a golden nugget night, considering the team they hosted had one of the NBA's worst records. For a while, it was just fool's gold at Staples. Jack Nicholson and Laura Flynn Boyle getting ready for practice later tonight. As for the preliminaries, former Laker Nick Van Exel leading the Denver Nuggets into town. Nick at night did not disappoint. The three from downtown, the Nuggets built a 17-point lead into the third quarter. That's when the Lakers woke up. Kobe Bryant, 11 assists, one of them to Shaq. Shaq, 35 points, 13 boards, Lakers down 9. Fourth quarter, Kobe caught fire. He not only hit one from three-point range, not two from three-point range, but three in a row from three-point range. Lakers within 3. Kobe had 29. Phil Jackson so impressed, he decided to cool Kobe off himself and bench him for 4 minutes. Down the stretch, the Lakers outboxed Denver. Rick Fox, 2 big three-pointers, one to tie, another to steal it. Lakers with a big comeback victory, 106-98. On the scoreboard, Portland remained a half game up on the Lakers for the NBA's best record. Charlotte over New York, wins for Orlando and Indiana. Out of golf, the tail of the Tiger continues to grow. Let's go up north for the final round of the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. On the Monterey Peninsula, that is tour rookie Matt Gogol, who certainly didn't look like he was having any fun. That's because at one point, Gogol led Woods by 7 shots with only 8 holes for Tiger to play. But things turned dramatically from the 15th fairway when Tiger worked his magic. Look at this. Side-spinning approach in eagle. Suddenly, Tiger down only 2. As for Gogol, once up by a touchdown on Woods. But his bogey at 15 amazingly dropped him into a tie for the lead with Tiger. On to 18 and Tiger playing a few holes ahead. He closed out with a birdie, incredibly giving him a 1-stroke lead. The crowd stunned. Tiger went from 7 down to 1 up into the clubhouse. And yet Gogol came to 18 with a chance to force a playoff, but his tying putt for Bird did not go. Tiger Woods, a phenomenal comeback, rallies to win his 6th straight PGA tournament. Tiger next plays Thursday at the Buick in San Diego. NFL development in the Ray Lewis murder case before dawn. Baltimore and Atlanta police issued a search warrant on Lewis's suburban Baltimore home. Officials could be seen confiscating a computer among other objects. The Baltimore Ravens star linebacker remains jailed in Atlanta. Lewis is accused of stabbing 2 men to death after a post-Super Bowl party 1 week ago. Finally tonight, a few wild rides from Winter Wonderland. First, Sunday on the Pomona Strip. Final day of the season-opening NHRA Winter Nationals. Pro Stock's Ron Krischer lost it, flipped over several times, and narrowly avoided a collision with Kurt Johnson. Krischer, not seriously injured, although he couldn't say the same for his car. Now we go to snow mountain biking from the Winter X Games in Vermont. A number of crashes here. Check this one out. The rider is named Pistol Pete Lankarovich. He lost it over the embankment, lost his bike right into the unsuspecting cameraman. The good news, both were okay. That's the X factor in the X Games. Finally, from the Women's World Luge Championship, Silky Otto went flying off her ride down the course. Spectacular-looking crash. Not only was she okay, she was able to come back, race again, and win the gold medal in the event. It wasn't silky smooth, but Otto came out a winner in the long run. Wow. There you go.
How do you take the first ride when someone pulls the sled up there for you?
Well,
think about that one for a little bit, Fred. All right. Health troubles tonight for award-winning director Steven Spielberg. Tonight, his life-saving surgery and reaction from his mother.
And a controversy for the Hillary Clinton campaign and why Rudolph Giuliani was reciting song lyrics today. That's coming up too.
Special Island. At Wine.com, our experts make sure every wine we carry is a good one. Guaranteed. Wine.com, the best of wine.
I used to think Ford was the kind of place to go shop for furniture for your basement. But they've definitely moved up in the world.
If you haven't shopped at Ward's lately, you haven't shopped at Ward's. And during Ward's home sale this week, you'll save big on quality name brand furniture and home fashions, including bedding, towel drapes, everything you need for every room in your home. Ward's home sale, now through Saturday.
Can't stop smarter and more.
From the Tony Award-winning creators of Les Miserables and Miss Saigon comes Martin Guerre, an unforgettable story of mistaken identity and unmistakable passion. February 16th through April 8th only at the Amundsen Theater, the Olivier Award-winning musical Martin Guerre. Be there when desire and deception come face to face.
Parents and grandparents, write down this toll-free number. It's for the Golden State Scholarshare College Savings Trust, a new way to save money for your child or grandchild's college education. Established by the state of California, it's flexible. You can start with $25 and receive tax-deferred benefits, too. Tap into this new opportunity before they grow up.
Director Steven Spielberg is at home tonight recuperating from kidney surgery. Here he is last month accepting an award from the Broadcast Film Critics Association. A routine checkup discovered what doctors are calling an irregularity in a kidney. Until last Saturday, Spielberg had surgery at Cedars-Sinai. We asked his mom if she has talked to him.
I can't, for God's sake. I feed him, I talk to him. No fear of any kind because everything has been, all the good answers came back. So it's just, I thank God.
Mom puts it all in perspective, doesn't she? She also confirmed her son's kidney did not, and we repeat, not show any signs of cancer, and she is confident he will make a full recovery.
We all certainly hope so. I'm sure he will. Billy Joel's song has become the center of a controversy in the campaign battle between Rudolph Giuliani and Hillary Clinton. Yeah, the song Captain Jack was played yesterday just before Hillary took the stage to officially announce her Senate run. Giuliani says the song is filled with lyrics about sex and drugs.
Captain Jack will get you high tonight and take you to your special island.
Giuliani today reciting the song's lyrics. Now, Hillary Clinton was in Buffalo today. She didn't talk about the song. Her campaign says a different Billy Joel song was supposed to be played, New York State of Mind, instead of Captain Jack. Big difference.
Some California students in big trouble for simply doing their homework.
Yep, tonight their tough lesson in politics and political science coming up next.
Tomorrow morning on Today in LA.
Are you looking for a way to stay ahead of the competition? Exercising your mind could give you the edge. The secret to building a better brain.
Plus tricks of the trade, simple solutions to some tough household problems.
Stuck in rush hour traffic? Don't miss my early morning report.
Is there another storm? I'll tell you on Today in LA.
Wednesday, Leonardo DiCaprio, fresh from the beach, in a rare interview about his life.
I suppose I have nowhere to go but down from here.
Wednesday on Today.
Chevy Malibu has raised the standards. Standard V6. Standard automatic. Standard ABS. Standard air. No other car offers all this standard for under $17,000. Chevy Malibu. Standards you can depend on.
Now get a 2000 Malibu with 0% APR financing for 36 months. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important details. See your Chevy dealer today.
Today, California Indy casinos support nearly 50,000 jobs and generate $120 million in state and local taxes every year. Proposition 1A will make it clear once and for all that Indian gaming is permitted on tribal lands. It will allow us to continue our economic progress so we can provide better health care, housing, and education for our people. And Prop 1A will share millions of dollars with tribes that don't have casinos. Please vote yes on Prop 1A. Thank you.
Why on earth would an airline remove rows of seats from all their planes? Oh, that's why. American Airlines introduces more room throughout coach. Soon, we'll have more room for more coach passengers than any other airline, row after row after row. On American, coach has more class.
Well, some students in Northern California are in big trouble tonight. They came to class with stolen campaign signs. The school's government teacher thought it would be a good idea to discuss current political issues. But some students yanked yes on Prop 22 political signs from people's yards and then brought them to class. Obviously, that kind of defeated the whole purpose of the lesson. So the students returned signs, and the police decided not to pursue the charge.
The wildlife in northern Spokane got a little wilder today when a mama moose went on the loose. This Spokane bank became a temporary pasture for the moose and her baby. They spent most of the day sort of lounging, munching on the grass. Didn't cause any problems, but they did attract a crowd, and that was cause for some concern there. As far as we know, the mama and her baby went back to the wild after this little trek, this little outing to the city.
You just don't want to meet a mama moose on the loose, do you?
Or a goose.
Well, that's true. Or a pet moose. Today in LA, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't miss it.
Good night, everybody.
See you, Jay's next.
You're watching NBC, America's late night leader.